Is it the cruelty that we've got a government taking money off disabled people so they can't get the shopping done or even take a bath? Or maybe it's the greed that we have a health secretary who's taking money from private health companies while laying off thousands of NHS staff. Or maybe it's the stinking hypocrisy, acting tough about arms expenditure while materially helping an apartheid state with ethnic cleansing. For me, it's the lies that wind me up most. £22 billion given in subsidies to big oil companies to extract more oil from the North Sea, and they're pretending it's about carbon capture and dealing with a climate emergency when it's the opposite. And it's frustrating as hell, isn't it? I mean, sometimes you're thinking, why can't anybody else see this? And then you look at this, and there's loads of people turn out, and people can. But what we need is to be backing people like Jim, which is why we're here today. A practical, down-to-earth engineer. I'm always big on praising engineers. Jim cares that people are struggling to pay their bills and that young people are struggling to find well-paid, secure jobs. And he's honest enough to listen to people and say, look, this is a practical solution. This is how we fix things in places like Benton and Longbenton. And he also gets that the global and the national and the local are all connected, because behind all the cruelty and all the greed and all the vanity is a cold, hard, objective truth. That very, very rich people don't have to invent anything, lead anything, organise anything or produce anything of value. They just park their money in big tech and privatised care homes and utilities, while the rest of us do the work, pay the bills and actually generate the profits. And we stand with the people who need that help, and we'll come out fighting. It's not the people who are fleeing war that are raising your water bills, it's the billionaires. Food inflation isn't caused by being kind to people who have different pronouns. Reform in County Durham, in Lincolnshire, they won't fix a thing, but they will stir hatred and division. And we're going to counter that with courage and with evidence. And we're not alone. The people who change this are all around us. At every bus stop is someone who wants better public transport. In every supermarket there's a parent looking into their shopping trolley thinking, how am I going to feed my kids with so little? And in every shop and every office and every factory is a worker who's worried about their job security. And I know this, we can fix this. You just got to look at the work I did as mayor. 5,000 secure, well-paid jobs, backed by our Good Work pledge. Child poverty prevention programs in over 200 schools. Supported thousands of small businesses to grow. Created 4,000 eco-friendly homes. And investment in clean energy, creating good jobs. And negotiated the power and the money to get a fully integrated transport system free for everybody under 18. It's not that difficult. And that's why we're here to back Jim. It's going to take work, leaflet rounds and conversation and listening. Hard work. It's called the workers' movement for a reason, you know. But I tell you, the first time a movement like this takes control of a major UK city, that's when people start to believe. And this is a partnership between the North Tyneside Green Party, between North Tyneside Community Independents, working together as North Tyneside Together to get Jim elected. Yeah. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Howard.
So, Jamie and I haven't shared speeches here, so this is the first test of whether we truly are aligned. Right, first, thanks everybody for coming. I know many of you don't know me, and that's really a testament to what Martin and the team at the Green Party, Jamie the Majority, North Tyneside Community Independents. It's really a testament to the work they put in, that this many people have come out to support me. Don't know whether any of you saw the photographs of the Labour candidates who had about 16 councillors behind them. Well, it's really a different group of people. It's exactly what we're looking for. Because we're trying to do something a bit different. You know, we know that people feel let down by the process, the politicians, and the traditional political parties. As Jim mentioned, you know, we know that the They're just blatantly in the hands of the corporations and the extremely wealthy now. The Tories, well, we expect that. They are what they are, even more so since Thatcherism. But unfortunately now, very sadly, we've got the optics of Labour politicians and the Labour Party taking huge backhanders from private health and other corporations, and even more, the grubby grifting of just taking money for clothes and glasses and concert tickets. And these people who are actually relatively rich people, they can afford this, so why are they doing it? And it's a sad fact that the majority of legislation passed in the UK and is drafted for the benefit of those big corporations and those extremely wealthy people, individuals, instead of the needs of the 99% of the rest of the electorate. And of course, that's what they're doing. That's why they're paying this money. That's why they're lobbying Parliament. So we need a different approach. We definitely need politics reformed in this country, but we don't need it. Again, it's just the same bunch of extremely wealthy individuals acting in their own interests. And, let's be honest, that they're fooling lots of people with their populist slogans that speak to people, that speak to people's concerns, be those real or perceived. But there's no policies behind that are actually going to make a difference to people on the ground. Got nothing. But we do need to recognise those concerns that people have. As I said, some are real and some are perceived. And we need to address those concerns with transparency, with honesty, and with openness, and with compassion. I grew up in an ex-pit village, and lots of the people from that village tending to side with reform. They're not bad people, they are the people who would help me if I was in trouble. They've been misguided and they've been lied to. So, we shouldn't write these people off. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to build a coalition of like-minded people. And just because people have been fooled doesn't mean to say they're not like-minded people. I believe that most people have very similar political beliefs on a large proportion of things, maybe 70%. And be that local issues, like people want litter and crime-free streets, they want good community facilities to support them. Or on the wider issues, such as, most people, again, 70-80% of people want utilities in public hands that are operating for the benefit of people and the best sustainable interests of this country, rather than a profit engine for a very small minority, or quite often abroad, and with lots of that money going abroad, to be reinvested in this country. So, what we're trying to do here is essentially build up a bottom approach, so we can work with organisations that have similar values. And we've got the Green Party, majority, North Tyneside Community Independents, and we do have very similar values. We're aiming to build a society that's there, that works for most people, and also has some protections there for the most vulnerable. We also want public services and public servants, hopefully I'll be one, that operate within the Nolan principles. These are not fundamentally difficult things. It's about transparency, and I think we can show something different here. And if an organisation like ours, or an alliance, whatever we want to call ourselves, if and when we gain power, we can actually do things by working on those large proportions of issues, the 70 to 80%, that we all agree on, and get those done, rather than, as the old political approach does, argue constantly about the 20 or 30 or 40% of things we disagree on, and therefore we don't get anything done other than stuff for vested interests. So just one thing I would say, we've already had a little success here, because another organisation has already approached us and said that they would like to have discussions with us going forward in how we can ally together in this sort of approach in the future. So we're already winning, guys, whatever happens with me. So thank you all for coming. I'm going to hand over to Stuart. Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, very, very quickly. The way the independents see the situation, certain things are predictable. the Labour vote will drop from what it was last time. The Reform vote will go up from what it was last time, and we know that the Green Party came a creditable second to Labour last time. So if you look at Labour coming down, Reform going up to whatever extent it goes up, the Green Party is in a pivotal position, and what I would say has been the absolutely crucial thing is the amount of canvassing that's going to be done over the next few weeks. And when we look, there's virtually 50 people here today. That's a fantastic start. Getting the leaflets out and then shifting over towards the canvassing. And I see that who knows what possibilities there are. People think the number of votes that Jim has to get is insurmountable. I don't think it is. It depends on the effort that we all put in. And I hope we put that effort in for Jim and the Green Party.
Now, the man deserves all the credit for the organising. Martin, tell us what to do.
Right, so we've got 22 livery patches. There's a patches vary in size from about 130 up to 300. So we have patched them up here.